What's up, guys? Bringing you another game. This time it's against Hazezon Tamar. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that, but as you can see, what his commander does, it's red, green, white, and when it comes into the battlefield, you put X11 Sand Warrior creature tokens that are red, green, and white onto the battlefield. Okay, that's kind of confusing, but I guess he makes a bunch of dudes when you put him on the battlefield, but when he leaves the battlefield, they all go away. This is not ideal, so anyway, and I'm playing my commander as usual. Why is my zoom not working? Anyway, keep this hand. It's pretty low impact in the beginning of the game, but it's got a memory jar and a gauntlet, which are both pretty good together because you play this first, you get like 10, 12 mana, and then or you play this, I don't know, you play one or the other, and then you only crack this up when you have like 12 mana available, so you can, you know, cast 3 or 4 cards. You get a lot of value off of it. I mean, this is one of the few ways to draw cards in red, so, well, not really red, but you know what I mean. So, just, you know, lead and pass. Then he plays the Sensei's top. I'm going to draw Solemn, which is a pretty awesome draw. Solemn is awesome. Like, you always want a Solemn in your opening hand or first couple of draws, as long as you have land to cast it. And he doesn't use his top end of turn, which seems wrong to me. There's no reason not to use it. I mean, he used the beginning of, he used it on his draw step, but he didn't use it end of turn, which end of my turn, and he didn't use it again. So I'm very wondering. I don't know if he's holding up Lightning Bolt or something. I have no idea. But even the way, you should use it at the end of my turn. Not like I'm gonna flash at a guy. So I draw more land, which isn't the worst, and I cast Solemn. I really hate when people do this shit. It's like they wait for you to cast something and they do something in response, as if they have like a response to it. But the thing is he doesn't even like F6. F6ing is what basically says, "Oh, I'm done. I can't do anything else. I'll pass priority." I guess it's not really smart to like F6 with the Sensei's top in play, because I can like remove this and he can't respond and draw a card off of it so it doesn't die. But yeah, I don't know. It's just really annoying that people do that. Like, they wait till you do something and then they do something that they could have just done end of turn anyway. So here I cast my commander. I don't want to cast this because, I mean, I can get a lot of mana and cast Kiki-Jiki and a memory jar next turn, but if he removes this, I just basically, you know, wasted my whole turn doing nothing. And if I copy Solemn, I get a land into play, and then at the end of the turn I draw a card, plus I get to attack for an extra 2 damage. It's like another mountain. And attack him, and then he, also you see, he cracked his Terramorphic Expanse in response to me copying Solemn. I don't know, it's just annoying people do that like the middle of your turn, and there's just no reason to do it middle of turn. So he casts Solar Tide. So you choose one. He chose Destroy all creatures with power 2 or greater. This seems like a really, really bad Wrath of God. Maybe it's like a really cheap one, like as far as buying it. Maybe it's like 10 cents. I mean, for good reason. Like, look at it. It costs 6 mana. And you can only destroy one or the other, or you can do both and sacrifice Swing. It just seems so bad. Anyway, you know, white players love to just Wrath. Oh, I drew this. It's pretty sweet. So basically there, he traded 1 card. Oh, he cast a Harmonize at some point on his turn, which is good for him. But he traded a card for my Solemn and Kiki-Jiki, which this already drew me 2. This drew me 2 cards. I drew a land off it, and I ramped a mana. I ramped a mana and I drew a card. And I had already copied this, so basically it was I got 4 cards off of this 1 card, and he killed Kiki-Jiki, which, you know, just sets it back to my commander zone. So here, I just do this, Cage Sun, get red. So now all my mountains tap for double mana, and my red creatures get +1/+1. And I cast Memory Jar. I was thinking about casting this, but seeing as he's just like drawing cards and then wrathing the board, he could have like a Chroma's Vengeance or something, and I don't really want to play into that. So I played both of those out, and he just a Chroma's Vengeance. You know, I've overextended quite a bit, so I just pass. Next turn I plan on hitting the opening up this jar, drawing 7. And if he's smart, he won't tap out here, but he's tapping out. It looks like, yeah, Journey of Discovery. So this lets him basically put 2 cards into play untapped because he paid the entwine cost. What is the entwine cost? It doesn't show you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe it's 6. I guess it's 6. Alright, so he gets these 2 lands. Got a lot of foils. I don't have the foil animation turned on because it bogs down the game. But all his lands are different. All of them. Alright. And another reason I don't want to play this right away is because I don't want to give him extra mana off his mountain. So here you don't want to, when you crack a jar, if you have land in your hand, you don't want to like play the land first because you can play land off the memory jar, as you'll see. So I play the land because nothing here you're going to be able to keep. And I don't really draw any business per se, but I do just draw. So now I'm like, oh great, now if he has a Criminal's Vengeance I'm being super blown out, but at this point there's no reason not to cast these cards, so cast extra Planar Lens, which gives me another mana for every mountain I tap. And only my mountains count because they're snow and his aren't snow. So I do that, I cast Worn Power Stone, I cast Duplicate, just because, I mean, it's a threat and he's going to have to deal with it. Cast my sword, equip it in case he has like, you know, Naturalize or Woodfall Primus or something that can just wreck that. Now he can't unless he has to have to use a white or a red source to kill it. And then I cast my commander, so if he plays a creature I can instantly duplicate it. I could have attacked with the sword on a guy, but I didn't see the value in doing that. And I looked at his graveyard, and he didn't have any cards that did anything. So the cards he drew off Memory Jar, which he wasn't able to use, he had land, you know, another Wrath, a little bit better Wrath, but not that great. More land, Caged Sun, Township. Well, I guess Townships go with his commander. And that's it, and then Memory Jar. He had his own Memory Jar, but he didn't get to use it, which is good. So yeah, you wouldn't be able to cast those at instant speed anyway, that's probably why he tapped out. So let's see what he does on his turn. Maybe he'll play his commander. I don't think that'd be very smart, because I would just copy it. Cultivates. I'm expecting to get Wrath too, I'm just doubling Season. So what happens is whenever he puts a token on the battlefield, he gets 2, and if any of his permanents have counters, he gets double the counters. So I copied Duplicate just to make an extra token. Because Duplicate is a May ability, you don't actually have to exile something if you don't want to. And then I draw this, which is gonna be lights out for him, because as you can see, it puts a token onto the battlefield for every token you have on or every creature you have on the battlefield. Sorry, I keep messing up what I'm trying to say. And I'm gonna have a million mana because I'm gonna cast this too, which gives all my red creatures +1 as well. So you'll see. I cast that, choose red. So now every mountain I taps for 4, right? 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4 mana for every mountain. So I have 16, 32, 35, plus these, 37, 39 mana. So I could cast like 2 Emeralds if I wanted to. If I could. Not that I could, but. So I play my Beer of Battlesphere first, because it brings in 4 tokens. Right? And then I'm not going to cast this, just in case he really does have Wrath. I mean, he's dead anyway, it doesn't really matter. So I cast this guy. When his trigger's on the stack, I put another creature token on the battlefield. And then I copy him while he's on the stack, because that's another, another token, another creature that will get, tokens for. So I have 11 tokens, and then 22 tokens, and so I just made 33 haste creatures, plus, a 7/7 haste, and this guy. So yeah, he's really dead. And then he uses his top as if there's any draw in his deck that's going to do anything. Like, what could he possibly... I mean, he could have Fog, but he just used his last mana to Fog, so... Yep, and then he just concedes. Oh, you get to see what it was in his top 3. It's good against me, I guess, because he gets a bunch of counters on it. So this deck is very token oriented, but it's very slow. It's really slow. This card is pretty funny looking. Anyway, but yeah, he was gonna get smashed for like 1,000,000 damage. So yeah, that's what happens when my deck gets to do whatever it wants. I mean, he did get to Wrath once, so I hope you enjoyed that game, and I'll see you guys next time.